Hey, Gabriella, I've got something to say to you. So you need to read my messages. I went to all the trouble of sending you a wedding invitation, through to your friend. Why do you send a reply back saying that you were going to be absent? And on top of that, you didn't want me knowing where you live currently, so you sent it back to me through the same friend? Like, what the heck? I don't understand that.
Oh, it's you. What do you want from me, Vince? I have a lot of things to do and very little time to message you all day.
As my ex-wife, don't you have any intention on congratulating me for starting my life all over again? This is a whole new beginning for me.
Are you kidding me right now, Vince? You are so thick, you know that, right?
Excuse me? I'm thick? Are you saying that I'm an idiot? How dare you? You can't just speak to me like that.
What kind of man would invite his ex-wife to his wedding to the woman he cheated on that ex-wife with? Do you really think I'm that dumb to go and celebrate your new beginning? You cheated on me with your soon-to-be new wife, remember? Where is that guy who's doing that, huh?
Well, I'm obviously right here, messaging you no less.
I thought you were being smug by sending me an invitation. I don't know what you were thinking when you sent it to me. Do you seriously think I would want to attend? If you had any common sense, it's a natural thing to decline an offer like that from an ex. With being invited to something like this, I think it's a reasonable decision to make in terms of not coming to the ceremony. So no, I won't be attending your wedding because I don't want or need to show up there. It would be awkward and all hell would break loose.
I'm not taking no for an answer, Gabrielle. You've got no choice in the matter. You need to attend my wedding. That's an order. You're the one who's got to attend no matter what. I'm forcing you to participate.
Are you kidding me right now, Vince? You can't just force me to do something I don't want to do. I let you do that too much when we were married to each other. I'm not going to let you now. No way.
Listen to me, Gabriella. This marriage, it's something you need to witness. My happiness awaits me as I stumbled all over the obstacles that I had with you. I'll show you the cause of all of our unhappiness and where we went so wrong. Also, I'm going to force you to bless my new marriage because that's something you should do. The purpose for it is that so I can be done with you and actually be happy with somebody I love.
I'm not interfering with anything that you're organizing. I don't want to be that sort of ex-wife at all. I've never been involved with you since our divorce, and you just keep bugging me, and it's getting to the point that I'm so sick of it.
Then why would you ask for compensation in one lump sum if you didn't want anything to do with me? Don't you realize how much I suffered because of you asking for that? All you wanted was my money that I earned from hard work. At least I had my beloved Annie, who was able to earn a lot of money while she was still a college student. If it wasn't for her, I'd be in debt for the rest of my life. I was able to go somehow from being in my overdraft and negative funds to zero, all because you stole all that money from me. It took me 3 whole years to overcome the debt I was left in. Then one day, we found that Annie was pregnant. So now we have to have a wedding and be married for the baby.
Oh, for goodness sake, Vince. Are you actually stupid or something? Do you not understand why you had to pay me all that money?
What did you just call me? That's the second time you've called me stupid in this conversation we're having. I'm not stupid. I'm just simply saying what you've done to me.
What I've done to you. You're so thick. I was entitled to that money because of the affair you had with that woman you're marrying. I was simply claiming my right to that money as someone who had been cheated on by her husband and been completely betrayed. Don't turn yourself into the victim when you're the perpetrator.
You can't just say those sort of things to me when I complied to what you wanted. Don't you dare insult Annie in front of me. Our love for each other is sacred and can never be broken by the likes of you. Besides, the reason why we got divorced in the first place is because of your infertility. It's your fault you couldn't bear my children. Even though I wanted to have a child so badly, I couldn't because your body doesn't work properly. Annie came and helped heal my pain.
Oh my God, you really are so thick, Vince. And don't say my body doesn't work properly when it does.
Why are you calling me thick? You're so rude and disrespectful. You're supposed to respect me as your ex-husband. I did you a favor by divorcing you.
The infertility tests weren't so accurate back then, and the doctors never gave a definitive answer to whether I was infertile or not.
We had been married for 3 years, Gabriella. And during that entire time we were married, you never got pregnant or gave birth.
Either way, even though your wedding is coming up, there are other circumstances that are preventing me from attending.
Oh yeah? Like what? What are these circumstances that make it so you can't attend my wedding? I bet you're just lying so you don't have to go.
I don't want to tell you why, so I'm just not going to say anything more. As being your ex-wife, I think that's a reason in itself to not go to your wedding. I have things to do, so I'm going to stop messaging now.
This is not good enough. If you can't tell me the reason as to why you can't make it, then you've got no choice but to attend my wedding to my true love. You're my ex-wife, so I need you to attend. No matter what anyone says, you have to fulfill your duty and be there for me. You need to see how happy we both are. You've got no choice. And that's an order from your ex-husband. You're definitely coming to this wedding. I'll prepare a seat for you right up front. I don't get why you're messing me around so much, Gabriella. It's starting to really annoy me. What you're doing to me just keeps going on and on and on, and it never ends. But you decided to come after all. After all, you couldn't help but worry about the wedding we were having, could you? Did you think I was going to regret doing this? Well, I told you earlier that I wouldn't. You know, Gabriella, you don't exist to me right now. Like, for real. You just don't right now because my happiness comes first. Oh, but what's this look for? Seriously. Oh my god, I can't believe what you look like. Even though we've only been divorced for 3 years, you're 10 times the size you were then. Yikes. You've got so round.
Vince, what are you even talking about right now? What look are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't play games with me right now. Don't you recognize yourself as the sad, fat, and single woman that attended my wedding?
Oh, what? Is that what you're talking about? Your wedding? Is it today? I completely forgot that today is the day you're getting married.
What are you even saying? We literally just passed each other in the venue.
I'm so confused, huh? I'm at the wedding venue. How am I there?
Oh my god, stop playing stupid tricks on me. I literally just saw you and you walked, or should I say waddled, past me. I noticed you coming towards me, and I said to you, wow, after 3 years you put on a few pounds. You're a fat single woman now, and I laughed. You had such a frightening look on your face. Why is that? The way that you walked, and I instantly thought you were making a thudding sound effect.
I think you've got me mixed up with the wrong person, no?
I definitely don't. I'm sure of it. It was hardly an inch away from you. I know what you look like. There was no mistake made.
I already replied to your invitation saying that I wasn't going to attend. I don't know how many times I have to say that.
But you obviously changed your mind because we walked right past each other.
I really don't get what you're on about, Vince. It makes no sense. It is so exhausting trying to get anything through to your brain with that thick skull of yours. You're completely away with the fairies. I guess that can't be helped if you don't understand what's actually going on.
What the heck are you on about now, Gabriella? Trying to pretend that you're not bad or something?
Well, no, if you actually read what I'm about to tell you, then you'll realize I'm not at the wedding. I'm not at the wedding because I'm heavily pregnant at the moment. Ha ha.
I'm sorry. What? You're actually pregnant?
I can see that I have to put it into words that you'll understand. This month, I'm in my 9th month of pregnancy and could go into labor at any time. So that's why I've not attended your wedding today.
Are you kidding me with this? And you say I'm stupid. You're the stupid one for saying that you're pregnant when you're really infertile. I would think clearly about what you say next before spitting out any more lies.
But it's true, though? I'm pregnant and could give birth at any time during this month?
No. This can't be true. If you're saying that you're pregnant right now, does that mean that you're not infertile? So either you got yourself knocked up from a one-night stand, or you've gotten remarried?
You're almost on the right track. I got remarried. That's why I'm about to give birth to my child soon.
This can't be happening right now. Are you serious? I've completely exposed you. So you were lying. So we did walk past each other.
Oh my god, this conversation is literally going around in circles. It's so frustrating. We just need to hold off on this conversation just a minute.
What do you mean? What's going on here?
So I'm just with my father right now, and he told me that the person that you might have seen was my aunt.
What are you talking about?
About the conversation we were just having before? About you walking past some woman? It wasn't me. My father has a younger sister who's quite a bit younger than him in age. Because she's so free-spirited, she longed to live right in the city, so she left her parents' house at the age of 18. Since then, she's only been in contact with us once every few years.
So, what are you trying to say to me right now?
The last time we got in contact with her was 3 months ago. She got some sort of notification that she was to be married to the heir of a large company. When she met up with my father for the first time in more than 10 years, he couldn't believe how much she looked like me.
I've got no idea what you're getting at. I'm so confused by what you're saying. This isn't funny, Gabriella.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to explain something. She said that she got pregnant about a month after I did, so I guess she's 8 months along. She couldn't quite believe that she was pregnant with twins, but it explains why she has a big stomach right now.
Now, just hang on a minute. What company does your aunt's partner work for that makes him the heir of the company?
Well, he works for Smith & Company.
Smith & Company? Are you sure about that?
Yes. What? Is there something on your mind, Vince?
Bride's guest is the most important customer of that company, and that would be my new father-in-law. Since the company's president is undergoing medical treatment, the managing director seems to be inviting the heirs of the company. Is this really true? There's no way this is happening, right?
Well, my father just contacted my aunt to confirm that it is in fact true, so I don't know what to tell you, Vince. She also told my father that when she got to the wedding of a daughter who belongs to a business partner, a man she didn't know insulted her and called her fat. She sounded pretty angry. And she's just discovered that the man was in fact the groom.
This has got to be some kind of sick joke, right? I mean, it was just a joke that I told her.
Don't you think that you're on the verge of causing a massive uproar, Vince?
This is all your fault. Because of you, my wedding ceremony was canceled.
You've had a few days to think about what you've done, and now you go and blame things you did on me?
Why would someone that looks like you show up to my wedding?
I don't think you can decide the shape of the face that you're born with.
Of course you go and say crap like that. Don't be so rude to me.
Says the person who is ignorant to the bad things they've said to multiple people.
Don't say crap to me like that. I'm not ignorant.
Well, come to think of it, your marriage to Annie hasn't ended yet, has it?
Well, Annie is a beautiful crystal that holds so much love for me, so she wouldn't leave me ever.
But be honest. Because of this whole commotion, the cheating that I had kept a secret from your father somehow got back to him. I heard that your mother-in-law, who is protecting the unfaithful couple, is actually separated. And I heard that you've been forced to resign from your father-in-law's company. And that you were both disowned from your families and Annie was forced to drop out of university as well? Such a shame.
How do you know all about those things? Are you spying on me or something?
Well, my aunt was the one who got insulted by you, and you were the one who mistook her for me. It turns out that she found out that you were my ex-husband. You know that the information's going to come pouring in now, right? I've also heard that she's going to sue you and request compensation for what you said to her. What you did was harassment, Vince.
This can't be happening to me right now. All of this is crap. Everything is falling apart, and it's all because you didn't come to my wedding ceremony. If you just showed up like you were supposed to, I wouldn't be in this situation.
But I told you that I was never going to attend. This is all on you, Vince. Not me.
There's no way all this crap is happening to me. This is unbelievable.
What are you talking about, Vince?
Annie's child. She admitted the child isn't mine.
What do you mean it isn't yours?
She gave birth to a mixed-race child. I couldn't believe it when it came out of her. It looked nothing like me.
But you seem to have unique facial features. So I'm surprised it doesn't look like you.
Its hair, eyes, and everything else looks entirely different.
Have you actually checked properly that the child isn't yours?
Don't be stupid, of course I have. It's not my baby.
Hey, I guess you can cut the crap that you've been saying to me for years then.
What are you on about? What have I ever said to you?
Look, why are you even talking to me? I don't understand why you're always contacting me. No matter when you talk to me, you always accuse me of something or throw a tantrum. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I don't have enough information on this type of thing, so I can't be held responsible to the kind of advice I'm going to give you. You need to consult an obstetrician or a gynecologist or something. Just think for yourself for once in your life.
But that means that I'm the one with the problem. Now I'm the one who's in trouble right now.
Do you think I care about who you're in trouble for? I want no involvement in this.
Well, it would be nice if you could just show me a little bit of concern. I'd do that for you.
I've only just given birth to my child, and I need to concentrate on raising my baby. I don't need your problems in my life.
But Gabriella, I thought we were friends. I just found out something terrible. I'm actually infertile. I can't have kids.
What did you just say?
I went to the hospital that Annie gave birth in, and we took a DNA test of the baby and I, and it came back that I wasn't the father.
Oh, is that right? So you're not the father then?
But she told me that she's got no idea who the father is. How can that be possible? She wanted to have a wedding as soon as possible, so I was trying to get money for it. Then she confessed that there were multiple fathers of the child. She was earning money off multiple men. She lied to me. The real father is probably one of those men she mentioned.
Oh wow, that's quite a crazy turn to your situation now, isn't it?
And I wished for such a woman, and she goes and betrays me. And she's divorced me as well.
Well, ain't that a shame?
Anyways, I wanted to talk to you. Gabriella, why don't we raise a child you gave birth to together? Wouldn't that be great? To do that, can you tell me where you're living now, please? I'm currently living in an apartment that's in Annie's name. I'll have to leave soon. So please, let me know where you're living. Please?
Oh my god, don't be so ridiculous. You're so stupid, Vince.
What do you mean? I'm not being ridiculous.
You're not to come anywhere near me. I told you so many times that I want nothing to do with you. Goodbye, and honestly, good riddance.
What the heck, Gabriella? Don't say that to me. Please, just hear me out. We can get married again so you're not a single mother to the child. It would work both ways. Don't leave me here to suffer. Gabriella, please talk to me. Don't leave me again.
I've got no clue where the single mother interpretation came from. It's beyond ridiculous. A few days later, a friend gave him a hotel room number. According to his friends, he's currently unemployed and can't rent an apartment. It seems like he really wants me to do something about his uncertain future. No way. His friend stopped being the messenger between the two of us. He asked his friend to say that he told me that he could remarry him, and that was the final straw. I shouted down the phone and told him to back off. After that, he seemed to be up to his shoulders in debt as he had to pay money to my aunt for his harassment. He also had to pay for the wedding that never happened. The last thing I heard of him is that his things were taken away by a debt collector. His whereabouts are unknown.
Amy, are you okay now? Yeah, I just finished the housework. What's up? I'm going back to my parents' house this New Year's Eve. I need you to get me a plane ticket. What? Again? We agreed we'd go to my parents' house this year, didn't we? You promised. Sorry. My mom insisted, so I just... I need you to give her a push. She won't listen to me if I say something to her. I'm really sorry. Next year, I'll make it so we can go back to your parents' house. That's the thing. Can't I go to my parents' house and you go to your parents' house? We could do it separately. But... my mom wouldn't listen to me. She said people are supposed to spend the New Year's holiday at the husband's parents' house. That doesn't make sense. Your mother lives at your father's house, but what about the others? What others? Your relatives. They gather at your parents' house every year, right? But for your relatives, that house is not the husband's parents' house, isn't it? Why only us? Many of my relatives live in that area. I guess it means the same thing to my mom. What does that even mean? Anyway, get me the plane ticket. Thanks. Oh, okay. I thought I could spend this New Year's holiday at my parents' house. I'm so sorry. I'm an only child. I think Mom misses me too much, even though she has my dad. That's... Are you saying my parents won't miss me? Oh, it's not like that. It's just that your brother is still living with your parents. And they can come by without a train ride, right? So I thought it'd be okay. It doesn't matter how far away they are or who my siblings are with. It doesn't change the fact that I miss them, you know? That's the way it is. What do you mean? Isn't that too unreliable? You promised me that I'd be able to come home. I'm sorry. Maybe you'll understand when you become a parent. I'm going to the supermarket now. Okay, be careful. Amy, when are you coming? You were supposed to arrive at 9 o'clock on the schedule. It's already 11 o'clock. Excuse me, mother-in-law. The road from the airport to your house was very busy, probably due to the rush of going back home. Then, due to a problem at the airport, I was not able to board at the time I was supposed to. The plane didn't fly. What is that? Do something about it! No, that's impossible. No matter how much we try, we do not have the power to deal with the rush to return home, or the airports. That's not what I meant! Find another route, and somehow get here on time. That's what the wife is supposed to do. Instead of looking for another airport, or driving all the way to the airport, it's much smarter to wait for the plane. Huh? Did you call me an idiot? I didn't say anything. Please put on your cooking clothes as soon as you arrive. We have a lot of work to do. We're running behind on the schedule because you are late. Does that mean cleaning and shopping again? If you don't mind, you could ask someone else who's available to help. What are you talking about? They may be relatives, but they are my guests. You are out of your mind trying to make guests work for you. I am no one's wife, remember? Am I not a guest? What are you talking about? You're no one's wife. That means you're my family. then I guess all your relatives are family too. Don't be so silly. Huh? Then can you send me the shopping list now? I'll buy some stuff at the supermarket on the way to your house. No, you can't. That would make Nolan work. He is family too, right? He's more family than me. He is my only son. I can't make my beautiful son work for me. You're not afraid of making your lovely son's wife work. Women have to work. Working hard for the family. It's the only way you make your existence worthwhile. Oh, I see. I can't leave my relatives in a dirty house for hours to begin with. So, I need you to come early and clean up first. Then can I ask you to start cleaning first? I'll do it when I get there. You're going to make me do this alone? Okay. I'll be there as soon as I can. You'd better. Amy, you are still at the supermarket, right? Yes. Good. I'm glad your movements are so slow. So, what else do you want from me? I want you to get me something extra. I'm already occupied. I can barely message you. But you are sending me messages right now. That means it's okay. Can I come back there first? If I had a car, it'd be no problem at all. But for some reason, I'm not allowed to use the car. Of course not! If I have anything unexpected coming up, it's not convenient to not have a car here. But that doesn't mean you need your husband's and Nolan's car. Is it necessary for you to keep 2 cars? I think 1 car is enough. If they have something to do in a hurry, they'll be in trouble, right? Yes, but I don't think it won't happen for both of them to have something in a hurry at the same time. You will never know. Oh, and you can't stop by here in between shopping. What? Why not? It would be a waste of time if you had to come back and forth. But I don't know if I can bring it back with me. If it's something small, I think it'll be okay, but the men said that they're out of beers. So, beer, whiskey, wine, just get them something at random. Are you really talking about beer now? But each one is small, so it's okay, right? I already have juice for the kids to drink. I have rice and all kinds of stuff. There's no way I can bring beer with me. If it's not too much, it's fine. Besides, you're young. You say I'm young, but I'm also over 30. You're younger than me. Amy, you can do it. Can you at least call Nolan? I don't think I can bring them in myself. No way. He's almost wasted because of his relative. What? Has he already had that much to drink? I usually tell him to refrain from drinking because he gets drunk really easily. Oh, you're saying that? It's New Year's Eve. Especially if he's being nagged by his devil wife. I'm sorry. Do you mean me? Oh, I'm sorry. That slipped out. Anyway, please buy some drink. As soon as you can. Wait a minute, please. I really can't. Please call someone. Mother-in-law, you're terrible. How can you suddenly pour water on me? It's bad enough that you're slacking off. You think you can afford to sleep in peace? Don't rest, even for 1 second. Keep working. Your relatives are coming back in the evening, right? You can afford to have a cup of tea and take a break. Do you think it's okay for me to have a little bit of a nap? Who permitted you to take a nap? I don't remember giving it. I told Nolan. I've been moving around since yesterday and I'm tired. So I'm going to take a 5-minute nap. A wife listens to the mother-in-law. When we first got married, didn't you say, a wife listens to her husband? It depends on the place and the situation. Right now, Nolan is at his parents' house. It's me and my husband who lives in this house, so you should listen to us. Well then, if I had called my father-in-law and asked for his permission, you wouldn't have poured water on me? You could have done that, but you can't. My husband is out with his relatives right now. He rarely checks his messages. What's that? So you were going to interrupt my nap from the beginning. That's a terrible thing to say. I just want you to do your job as a wife. You made me do all the cleaning and shopping. What do you make me do now? The relatives are coming over tonight. We have to prepare dinner. Yes, but frankly, I don't want to cook in this house. Oh my god! Do you think you're allowed to say that? Because you throw every single thing I cook into the trash. I don't want to do it anymore. It's because you never learned the taste of my home. It's your fault. Then why don't you just tell me all the ingredients and the amounts? But all you tell me is, learn it with my eyes and tongue. If you say you can't do anything, do you think you'll be out of charge of cooking? In charge of what? I do everything, don't I? All you do is tell me what to do. Wives are supposed to work. What is wrong with you? And yet, when relatives or your husband or Nolan pass by, you pretend to give me advice or do things with me. It's just a coincidence. It just helps you sometimes. Because you're so obtuse. You know that you're doing something wrong. You realize that, don't you? I'm not doing anything wrong. As your mother-in-law, I'm guiding you, Amy. I see. So you don't think you're wrong at all? Of course not. Then I have my own ideas. Please be prepared. Oh well. I wonder what you're going to do, Amy. I'm looking forward to it. Missed calls. Missed calls. Amy, where are you? My house is in trouble. Come back and explain. Didn't I explain to you? I've been daughter-in-law abused by your mother. That's the explanation? Anyway, come back. I feel sorry for my mom. Everyone blames her. They blame her? That's hilarious. Your mother did that much. I'm not going back. I just found a new hotel, so I'm staying there. Are you kidding me? What the hell is going on? More importantly, tell me how it went over there. I'm telling you, it's a mess. I'm not asking about right now. When my mother-in-law threw away my food, I said, "Mother-in-law, how dare you throw away the dinner I just cooked? Don't you feel sorry for the food?" How did she respond? At the time, everyone was surprised. Of course they were. I screamed pretty loud. I think it was the third time. Mother-in-law, don't hit me because you don't like me. A few people tried to check on you too. Oh, I think it was around that time that some of the relatives came over. It was really funny how desperately she was trying to make excuses. You knew how my mom behaves. That's why you were recording the daughter-in-law grinding. That's right. Whenever someone passes by, she always tries to cover it up. I could easily imagine she's making excuses. Oh, right. So your mother, are you saying that she's being blamed by the family now? Yes, she is. Dad's pissed. I think she's being blamed from the female relatives mainly. Maybe there were a lot of victims of the wife beater. Your father didn't know about it either? I guess so. I thought so. When I showed him the video as evidence, his face turned blue. So it was your mother and you who were not in their right mind. What? Me too? Did you really think you were decent? I told you how many times that I was being bullied by her. It's crazy when your mother's pressure is getting to you, and you're doing whatever she says. I see. I'm sorry. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. I'll convince my mom, so come back. There won't be a next time. I'm getting a divorce. What? You're lying, right? Do you think I would lie like this? I'm sick and tired of your mother and you. No way. Why do I have to divorce you? I said I'd make sure there won't be a next time. How many times have you said that? What? We've been married for 3 years, and I've heard it more than enough. I'll make sure it won't happen again. I'll tell my mother very strictly. I can't believe it anymore. I've seen you get knocked down so many times. Every time you lose, and I'm the one who gets in trouble. Do you understand? I'll help you next time. That's your parents' house. What do you mean by help? You say that I'm supposed to do the housework. That's not true. That was just a figure of speech. That's how it was. I will not change my mind. I'll leave first thing tomorrow. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table. Why don't you relax at your parents' house? How can I relax under these circumstances? I won't sign the divorce papers. Please, come back. Amy. Amy? I heard you divorced Nolan. Yes. The divorce proceedings were completed yesterday. Now, Nolan and I are strangers. If a woman gets divorced, her future is bleak, isn't it? You don't make enough money. Are you glad you got divorced? Your son is the one who doesn't make enough money. Huh? Do you think it's okay to make fun of someone, even if he's your ex-husband? I'm not making fun of him. It's just a fact. You know that Nolan and I work for the same company, right? I know that. But so what? I'm his boss, and he's my subordinate. Maybe you didn't know that. Huh? Really? That's right. That's why I get paid more than him. But eventually, men make more money. Even if Nolan is lower than you now, he will overtake you eventually. As long as he works for the company, it's gonna be difficult. He's my child! What's wrong with you? Actually, last year he made a big mistake at work that cost the company a lot of money. Because of that, I think it'll be difficult for him to get promoted in the future. What? You're kidding, right? Since he doesn't seem to have the courage to change jobs, there's a big possibility that he'll be an ordinary employee in the future. Oh no! There's no way that's true for my boy. Besides, your husband is also thinking about the amount of living expenses they can put into the house. What? My husband? Is that what he said? Yes, he reported it to me, you know? I've been working all the time and pushing housework and child rearing on her. I gave her a lot of money so she wouldn't be inconvenienced. That's why she was so selfish and did what she did. That's what he told me. That has nothing to do with it. I'm in trouble. He needs to keep putting money in the house, as he's always been doing. Please tell that to your husband. I'm the wrong person to tell. But it's better than to get a divorce, isn't it? Well, if my father-in-law divorced you, he would have to live on his own. I'm sure he didn't want that. I think divorce is a terrible idea. Hey, if I tell my husband, will he still give me the money? I don't know. That's up to your husband. But the money you get from Nolan and your husband is decreasing. It looks like you won't be able to afford whatever you want from now on. Wait a minute! Why is Nolan sending me less money too? I told you before. My salary is higher than his. But since we divorced, of course, he gets less money, right? So, isn't it inevitable that he will send less money to you too? Oh, I forgot that! In the worst case scenario, he might not be able to send any money to you. Oh no! We'll be in trouble. Hey, you get paid better than him, right? Can you send money to me? Huh? Why should I give money to a stranger? I'm Nolan's mother, right? I'm your ex-mother-in-law. No, you said it yourself. I'm your ex-mother-in-law. Do you understand? An ex-mother-in-law is a stranger. I don't understand what you mean by sending money to a stranger. I've always thought you were a strange person. You are even more stupid than I imagined. Well, I don't care because I don't have anything to do with you anymore. Well then, goodbye. Wait a minute, Amy! Don't you want to reconsider the divorce after all? Amy! Within a month, my ex-husband voluntarily resigned from his job. He was not good at his job and was distant from the company. Rumors started to circulate that he had been divorced and he couldn't take it anymore. Now, my ex-father-in-law is supporting my ex-mother-in-law and ex-husband. It seems that they are living in a very hard life. Because of that one incident, even the relatives have distanced themselves. My ex-husband's family will have a lonely life in the future. I had little trouble working because of my ex-husband's presence, but now that he's left, I can work more vividly. I'm going to keep working as hard as I can in the future.